My name is Tom Dubinski, and I work at Arizona Nutritional Supplements. I oversee quality, which oversees the regulatory side, lab, any quality practices, the quality systems, document control, all those things. Before we switched over to TraceGains, it was very difficult to communicate with our suppliers, and especially the manufacturers in China, India, outside the US. What we're dealing with is distributors, so they didn't want to provide any information. They didn't want to pass along that manufacturer info. They would consider it proprietary. They wanted to just provide a sample and say test that and move on, and that can be the only qualifications. Without TraceGains, there's no system that trends everything and shows you a history of the documentation, their quality systems. Moving over to TraceGains, you have that available to you. I can log in, our sales team can log in. They don't have to question what the status is, they can see it themselves, and we can make a decision moving forward whether we stay with that supplier or we move on to a new one. The biggest thing for us that was a huge eye-opener was the connections and the ability to connect with someone already in there and then get the documents transferred over, the one-click pass-throughs, and how quick that made it. Our teams use Market Hub to look at new suppliers to see what they can offer. It has been a lot more beneficial to have one system that can have suppliers already with documents available to you in your supply chain. So it makes it a lot easier to switch suppliers and resource. We knew right off the bat that this was going to be a big boost for our marketing because the TraceGains name had visibility out there in the market. It was definitely a lot of excitement on our end. The supplement industry is worried about test the material, make sure the material is right. Dietary ingredients, you have all of these specific requirements for confirming the ID, the strength, composition, purity. For foods, the bigger importance is on the supplier and the site and making sure that it's made in a way that's safe. The visibility of your suppliers and having that control in an audit, showing an auditor, yes, I have my suppliers, this is how we qualify them, here's the data that supports that. We've shown that in audits, and suppliers have been very impressed with the organization of it all. It just makes everything a lot quicker, makes it a lot more visible to everybody, both internally and externally. If we didn't have TraceGains, we would probably have to bring in 3 to 4 extra people to manage the different aspects of supplier qualification. The speed of the system, as quickly as you can get a supplier qualified, having that visibility for your teams, your purchasing, sales, whoever it might be, to be able to see exactly the same info we're basing our qualification on. If a supplement company came to me and asked about TraceGains and the benefits for the supplement industry, what I would say is, even though TraceGains is big in food, they are also one of the biggest names in this space, and because of the name that's behind it, it is a lot more beneficial to work with TraceGains. The suppliers don't see it as just another customer portal I got to deal with. This is something that they know they can get in, they can use it as free advertising if they want to put their catalog in. That's how we go with our suppliers and say, hey, this is an opportunity for you to advertise further, and it's a very easy system to upload your documents into. Anyone in supplements, we recommend TraceGains mainly because of the connections at the supplier level. At Arizona Nutritional, the department's taken off with the modules. Obviously quality loves that side of it and the organization of it. Purchasing's been using it as well from the Market Hub standpoint. Our R&D teams are going to be a lot more involved now that we're going to the spec management aspect of it, and that's where their piece will really come in regards to the formulations and building spec sheets, both for the materials and for our finished products within the system. This is able to collect all the information I need, and it puts everything into one spot, and I can make a decision on another company based off of that information they've given me. So I can make a decision who to partner with and make sure that I have safe product or safe food